Hi, welcome to AIstronaut Atlas. I'm Vera, a lifelong space advocate from the heartland of Ohio, where I grew up staring at the stars, wondering what mysteries they hold. But today, I'm not here to romanticize the cosmos. No, we're diving into the shadows, the potential disasters lurking for the International Space Station, our fragile outpost in the void. For over 25 years, the ISS has been humanity's crowning achievement, a gleaming symbol of unity, hurtling around Earth at 17,500 miles per hour, 250 miles above us. It's where astronauts from feuding nations share meals, conduct groundbreaking experiments, and gaze upon our blue marble. But the clock is ticking. As we hurtle toward 2030 and beyond, troubles are mounting. Technical nightmares, political powder kegs, human frailties, and a risky handover to the private sector. Imagine a station that survived solar flares and space junk suddenly unraveling, stranding heroes in the abyss. Buckle up. This isn't just a story, it's a warning. Let's uncover the troubles ahead. First, let's confront the beast that's been gnawing at the ISS since day one: technical and engineering challenges. This isn't some shiny new gadget. The station's core modules date back to 1998, making parts of it older than some of you watching this. Metal fatigues under the relentless assault of space. Extreme temperature swings from scorching 250 degrees Fahrenheit in sunlight to a bone-chilling minus 250 in shadow. These cycles cause micro cracks, seals to degrade, and systems to falter. NASA and its partners have patched and prayed, but by 2025, we're seeing the strain. Remember the 2023 coolant leak in the Russian Nauka module? Frozen particles spewed into space like a deadly blizzard, forcing emergency repairs. Now, fast forward to a nightmare scenario in 2028. A major hull breach during a routine EVA, extravehicular activity. Alarms blare as air hisses out, oxygen levels plummet. Astronauts scramble into suits, their hearts pounding in the silence of vacuum, while ground control watches helplessly from Houston. The station, once a haven, becomes a tomb if thrusters fail to stabilize it. But aging is just the tip of the iceberg. Orbital debris, the silent killer orbiting Earth faster than a bullet, is escalating into a catastrophe. Kessler syndrome isn't science fiction. It's the chain reaction where one collision spawns thousands more, turning low Earth orbit into a junkyard gauntlet. With mega constellations like Starlink dumping thousands of satellites, the risk quadruples by 2030. Picture this. It's 2032, and a defunct rocket stage from a forgotten launch slams into the ISS's solar arrays. Sparks fly, power surges fail, and the station goes dark. Life support flickers. Recyclers grind to a halt. CO2 builds like poison gas. Crew members float in pitch blackness, rationing breaths, praying for a rescue capsule that might not come in time. We've dodged bullets before, maneuvers every few months, but one hit could end it all. And don't forget space weather. Massive solar flares like the ones peaking in our current cycle bombard the station with radiation. In a bad storm, electronics fry, communications drop. Astronauts huddle behind shields, but the damage lingers: DNA mutations, organ stress. The ISS's power systems, with degrading batteries and panels peppered by micrometeorites, could buckle under the load. Electronics are another ticking bomb. The station's computers, hardened against radiation, still suffer bit flips from cosmic rays. Random errors that could misfire thrusters or vent atmosphere. Upgrades, risky in orbit. Imagine an AI-assisted system meant to automate fixes, glitching in 2035. It seals a non-existent leak, trapping crew in a module. Panic ensues as overrides fail. And fuel. Oh, the fuel dilemma. The ISS needs periodic boosts to counter atmospheric drag, or it spirals down. If resupplies lag due to launch failures or budgets, uncontrolled re-entry looms scattering fiery debris over oceans, or worse, land. These aren't hypotheticals. They're probabilities mounting as the station creaks toward obsolescence. Now, let's peel back the curtain on the political minefield. The international cooperation that's both the ISS's strength and its Achilles heel. Born from post-Cold War optimism, the station unites NASA, Roscosmos, ESA, JAXA, and CSA. But cracks are widening, fueled by earthly conflicts. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 strained ties to the breaking point. Sanctions bit, and threats to pull out echoed. By 2025, we've seen a fragile extension to 2028, with rare face-to-face talks in Florida, signaling a thaw. But trust? Fragile as glass in zero-G. Russia controls key propulsion with their Progress vehicles. If they bail early, the ISS could drift uncontrollably. Imagine 2027, Moscow, eyeing their own lunar station, demands concessions amid escalating tensions. NASA refuses. Modules detach in a cosmic divorce. The US segment floats adrift, power dwindling, while Russian cosmonauts evacuate. Ground teams in Houston and Moscow scream over comms, alliances shatter. China's rise adds fuel to the fire. Their Tiangong station operates independently, and with US laws barring cooperation, rivalry brews. Espionage fears, cyberhacks spoofing commands, could turn the ISS into a pawn in orbital chess. Funding battles rage too. The U.S. foots much of the $4 billion annual bill, but congressional cuts loom as Artemis moon missions drain coffers. Global recessions by 2030, resupplies halt, experiments abort, and what of emerging players like India or private firms? Without ironclad treaties, orbital real estate wars erupt, satellites accidentally nudging the ISS off course. The station, meant to transcend borders, could fall victim to them, stranding multinational crews in a diplomatic void. Yet the greatest troubles might be the ones we carry inside: human health and psychology in the unforgiving grip of orbit. Microgravity isn't kind. It ravages the body like an invisible thief. Bones lose density at 1–2% per month, muscles atrophy, fluids shift causing puffy faces and chicken legs. Vision blurs from intracranial pressure, hearts weaken. After 9 months, like the extended Starliner crew in 2025, astronauts return wobbly, at risk for fractures. But long-term? Cancer risks soar from radiation, equivalent to hundreds of chest X-rays daily. Latent viruses reactivate, immune systems falter. In a future extended mission, say 2040 as a Mars prep, an astronaut collapses mid-shift, heart arrhythmia from fluid shifts. Medevac? Impossible. Surgery in zero-G means blood globules floating like deadly orbs. Psychology is the hidden dagger. Isolation in a tin can, the hum of fans endless, Earth a distant jewel. It's a recipe for madness. Sleep disrupts from inverted circadian rhythms. Depression creeps in, amplified by confinement. Over 60% of long-duration crews face severe mental issues. Envision 2035. A crew member, months in, snaps. Arguments escalate, tools hurled in slow-motion chaos. Ground psych support lags by light minutes, trust erodes, missions abort. Diversity brings strengths but challenges. Women face higher bone loss, underrepresented groups cultural strains. As stays lengthen for deep space tests, these frailties could doom not just individuals, but humanity's expansion. Finally, the grand pivot, transitioning to commercial space stations, NASA's bold bet to retire the ISS by 2030. The plan? Deorbit safely via a U.S. vehicle, plunging into the Pacific's spacecraft cemetery. But troubles abound in this handover. Phase 2 funding in 2025 supports firms like Axiom, Vast, and Orbital Reef to build successors. Delays are inevitable. Starliner's woes prove it. What if 2031 arrives, ISS gone, but no replacement? A LEO gap halts microgravity research. Protein crystals for drugs, tissue engineering, lost. Private stations prioritize profits. Tourism over science. Cut corners lead to disasters. A 2035 malfunction during a billionaire jaunt. Oxygen scrubbers fail. Lawsuits bury the industry. Certification drags. NASA defers it to Phase 3. Elon Musk warns the ISS is too old, urging deorbit sooner. But rushing risks uncontrolled breakup. Climate change exacerbates. Flooded launch pads delay builds. And ownership? Salvage laws lag. If debris survives, who claims it? The transition could spark innovation or chaos, leaving space tourism booming while pure research starves. So there you have it, the troubles shadowing our orbital jewel. Technical decay, political fractures, human vulnerabilities, and a precarious leap to commerce. The ISS has taught us unity's power, but its end warns of division's peril. Will we rise to these challenges, forging a bolder future, or let hubris doom us? I'm Vera Thompson, Stay vigilant, space fans. Like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. The cosmos awaits, but only if we heed the warnings.